Late Night Radio with Ashley Storrie on BBC Radio Scotland.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Sedation. You wanna feel at home, 'cause you belong. Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to my breakdown. I hope I didn't scare you. That's just the way we are when we come down. We sweat and laugh and scream here, 'cause life is just a dream here. You know inside you feel right at home here. Welcome to my breakdown. You're welcome to my nightmare, yeah.
Dancing in the studios to this Ashley Storrie. I was doing a bit of a dance, but Paul was working on stuff and trying to be professional while I was shouting Rocky Horror Picture Show facts in his face, because it's a top film. I love it, big fan of it. Used to do the sing along a Rocky Horror Show, which was always great fun. Of all of the sing alongs, that was the one you got to be a bit more silly. Do you know what I dressed up as?
Who was your character?
Well, because part of working for Sing Alonga is you couldn't be any of the characters.
Oh, so who was your character basically ripping off?
I was Eddie's teddy.
Right.
You know, Meatloaf.
Ah, so you were
I would come dressed as a teddy bear, and that was my shtick. But when you if you've ever been to a sing-along, a Sound of Music or Dirty Dancing, I used to be the host, and a big part of my thing was I wasn't allowed to be an actual character from it, so I would have to make
So
up
is that
my
the
own
same
character.
for all the characters? So you would have it off like nobody puts young one in the corner
No.
in an alcove.
No, it wasn't changed. So for Dirty Dancing, which you're specifically referencing, I was just one of the staff. And I had a whole backstory that I've made up myself.
Yeah, but there must have been main characters, so were they not allowed to be the main characters?
Hosts can't be the main characters because members of the public are going to come dressed as the main characters and you don't want to be in competition with them. Sound of Music, I was Ashley Von Trapp, the 8th Von Trapp child who was left behind because she couldn't sing with Uncle Max and Baroness Schrader. I had a whole plot. Frozen, you know the guy who owns the shop who goes, woohoo, big summer blowout. I was his sister who runs a similar shop in Scotland. Greece, I was a substitute teacher. Always Scottish because I didn't want to have to change my voice. And that was a lot of fun, Paul. I don't know how I got down this track. Rocky Horror Show led me astray, as it did many of the youth when it came out. Lynn Williams, thank you so much for getting in touch. It was so nice to hear from you. We haven't heard from you in ages, and it was so good to see you pop up on our Twitter. Lynn is our off-site adjudicator and is a phenomenal judge of both songs and character, because I'm her favourite. Anne says, hi guys, so loving the show, and as always, getting a good laugh. Poor guy with conjunctivitis. Your patter is great and smart. Thank you so much. It's always nice to hear somebody compliment you instead of being mean. What are you shaking your head at, you curmudgeon?
You were so much. Just the patting yourself on the back. Like,
I can't do that anymore.
Can't pat yourself on the back?
No, when I fell out that car 2 months ago, I did something to my elbow and it clicks now when I try and self-congratulate.
You've got another arm.
Oh, I can't do it with the other arm. It just doesn't work. Robson says, hi Ashley and Paul. Boo! Okay, that part was a bad start. He said that, I didn't. We, Robson and Emily, have fears. I, Robson, have the fear of jump scares. If I can tell a video is going down that route, I look away from it and I start sweating. Do you fear of jump scares, Paul? Or do you enjoy a jump scare?
I don't like them. I don't hate them. I mean, they're just there. They're cheap. I find them cheap. But see, if you know it's coming, it's not really a jump scare anymore.
No, it's the anticipation of the scare that's the scarier than the scare. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, if he knows it's coming.
So if he knows it's coming, it's the anticipation of when it's coming rather than if it's coming. That's why I like a subverted jump scare. I like when they put the music on and it goes, and then nothing happens, and it just kind of lets you down, because then you start to think, oh, nothing's going to happen, and it tricks you. What's that called?
Life.
He says jump scares are also the reason I detest the cinema. This is ADHD and Asperger's talking. The sound is too loud, the screen is too big, and the fellow humans are distracting and just terrible people. I hate the cinema too. I am so glad I'm not
I
the
love
only
it.
person. I don't like sitting beside people. I don't like how big the screen is. That is a big problem for me because my eyes focus in on tiny details.
They're all different sizes. The screens are all different sizes, and there are plenty of cinemas out there with smaller screens.
A manageable screen.
Oh, very much so.
I've never seen one. You'll have to give me some pointers and directions in finding a reasonable screened cinema. As for Emily, her one is simpler. Trypophobia. If you don't know what it is, you have to look it up. It's the fear of holes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the fear of lots of little tiny holes.
A pattern of holes is what I believe is the way it's classed.
And I don't like that either. I don't enjoy it. Does that freak you out?
It's not nice to look at. There is something inherently creepy and horrible about it.
You know what I don't like? Do you remember when you were little and you go to your nana's house and she'd have a bowl of seashells and she'd put one up at you and say you can hear the ocean?
Yeah.
I didn't like that. It frightened me.
You didn't like hearing the ocean?
No.
The fear that something might still be in the shell?
Yeah, the fear is that something might still be in this curly shell.
Yeah, but sometimes I do that, especially when it's like spider season, where see if there's maybe like a pair of slippers or shoes that's not been put on for a while, I always have to check out, like give it a shake, bang the back of it in case there's a spider hiding in it, because it's those big wolf spiders that all just run about during spider season.
What are you talking about? What is a wolf spider? Are you making fun of me?
No, it's just the big. When you see like the other ones, the big spiders are harmless, but they're big.
Do they live in the city?
Yeah, they live in your lofts and your houses and stuff.
Oh, I live in a flat with a loft.
They'll still get in.
Posh people thing. Oh, you've got a special floor. Good for you.
I don't think having a loft makes you posh.
It does in my book. Having a loft is
You could have a penthouse apartment that doesn't have a loft. You would be much more posher than
having a penthouse apartment means you live in the loft. That's extra posh. Right, we've got lots of spooky music coming up. Next up, it's the Cranberries. Now, what's your protocol? What do you find the scariest